Sa wo mo we omo raise ye no na me pese o boa me pese me tia se yi. So the Akan factor.
The Akan factor.
The MPP has been tagged as an Akan party over the years. But for Akan factor no etoso emame. This is a propaganda tool by the NDC to instigate other non-Akan regions against the MPP.
Yes.
The Akan Tag against the party in the previous elections had negatively affected the party, with the party losing in most non-Akan dominated areas. The election of a non-Akan as presidential candidate after Professor Dubois John Nejekunkufu and Nanado was a strategic decision by the MPP to win the party off that tag. The frequent visit of the candidate to the Asantehines Palace was to assure the king that in the event of his victory, he, the non-Akan president, would not abandon Asante and Akan areas. However, the king's fatherly overtures were misconstrued by some Northerners to mean a dominance of the Akans even under a Bawumia presidency. This situation got hyped within the circles of some of the Northern intelligentsia and local chiefs, with the selection of the running mate who had family connections with familiar connections with Asantehines court. The perceived show of authority from the Menchia Palace for some of the minority tribes who had believed that this was their time in the MPP to recline to their former beliefs. But the Asantehine twist and one of me will report to you see, it is just to let more than Santis na mu say o creative wedge. Say the beya Bawumia going forward no. Say oba be implement this report we. Onya candidate after the Menchia close you. No more refer to the report to say Mure Fisa time no come Menchia pa no amuama wan wini. But you see I am kwadan na asem no matro. Bobie Ghana for Babeka say MPP Akan party. It's not because of anything no. Because of say Akan for the two Obama MPP. And it is now almost smart na some money pass mon person ye be tag mo say mo ya Akan party and no say ka mo for radio mo for microphone is our community center si no mako gina mo ko Akan areas Akan for ye hiam about to bio mama ntuma ese ne be ya Ghana for e be ka say ye nya Akan party na other tribes atwamam ye buy your fourth Republican dispensation bobi ya to about mako 9 Okroma meboa with this tag na MPP win mu for tag na o mo ka se party no so o tag no Akan party no o mo the sa tag na ka se win mu for 2001 to 2004 mo na so 2005 to 2009 nyom na so that is 2017 to 2020 o mo na so 2021 to 20 and anu no mo free so and this nyam 5 so that basis no and yes o person o report the white wash will be now adwene na mu am na take catch say and na make catch this party will turn like CPP court be anywhere because the Caribbean why the attack on Otumfuo
that be and make catch Kufuor at work. They must find every ways and means to eliminate the Asante faction even in opposition. Now go for just smart home and then the actually where he and ye jira yesu ba ye no so to say and yes sir Otumfuo be ye dear was hard you Awura Kufuor do pe president dey Okroma na between Menchia ni Chebia fa na oko da bia no nto why we need aba abwa the candidate himself was a problem. Bawumia was a problem. He was not fit to be there. He cannot win you elections. You knew it. And obeso whitewashing media hallelujah because 2020 dem here ngwa and when here na kokromoteni aso aye adwuma Ghana for so aye ready so me omo be koso aye de omo ye no sa de besie because the economic reality has now so jaye no in 2028 wo busa ho say e dey record MPP begina so e dey abeka so omo ba be Ghana so they will have to refer back to their records in government. Potoya at a point now inflation 54.2 now 54.2 no economic head of economic management team or Bawumia na down no way it was just whitewash Baumia. It was just to say the next campaign or bar on for Otumfuo ne Asanteman Yashi. No matter that could hide behind some report we. Not appropriate time, no. Kennedy didn't go for what try damn moment politics. I say, over the report we ever finish from if they are smart enough, they must begin to rubbish this report. Call them out. Now, I'm going to say, a smart, some more tricks in no buyer or master them no matter.
So which means candidate be already no be Otumfuo be a yen trouble man.
That be yen trouble man. O ma finish Otumfuo kra. Ala be extension Asantefo no ma finish o mo.
So which means the next MPP leadership should draw themselves back from their Asante.
Also mo ntwe mo firo because o do ho be Otumfuo esremfo hemfo. Sremi ohiri be na osremu a wo hu se obi ko Otumfuo ho a.
So this means
na be na be ka cho nana Kufuor do nsa no nwuma no mo de amamo no. Moso ọkọ ọtịta no ya kokra bonne papa your report of the MPP na we want tete ho we why na wo committee ne so a onye portage of Kufuor do ene ba omia why na also because all the issue no problem no blame the comma the delegate system so delegate system it has been there since 2000 and one of them go win election. Comfort free Jani at in opposition in 2016, we win election 2017. So that could not be. The see a mattress problems in the no. Comfort forms Emma delegates and yan nasem and comfort chia your friend say album car and yan nasem. But how do we win election? By instance, say way or mutrons I report to a before election, no, and you know. Ya ni akotama brebo se mo hwe na munyina so na o be implement to mo implement wi a afi wan go Otumfuo betu akasa
mame fa media relations
la famra
Haruna so in their report media relations there was virtual media blackout against the party and nothing meaningful was done about that. This made it difficult for the party selling her message to the general public. Indeed, an aspiring candidate owns some FM stations. And when one thought that in a family contest, the stations were to be used to espouse the achievements of government and party, they were used to inflict pain much deeper than the NDC-owned media. MPP must revisit their relationship with the media. It is not only about establishing more party-friendly media stations, but how to build good and symbiotic relationship with the well-established media houses.
As
honorable or as Bubianza?
As Bubianza.
No. As honorable.
On my Ghana here, a responsible opposition.
Yeah.
On my Ghana, Ejiatum say ye pay and I running multi-party democracy. It will not make sense say ye running one state's party. Yes, answer unsha near a year in the 70s and 80s no ebesaba kabina min kabum emamua yeji no endorsed what I just said say multi-party democracy enuntina jinmensa betimima eyi Okwodonko to be part of Lisanka. So say we need a democracy with multi-party, and then to see in say NPP as a strong opposition amongst those opposition parties. I don't wish them where they are headed now, because we share to say we are looking at it that Yantuabama one candidate. That means the party would not win elections. Buma, that is their own matter. But to say, like I said, we need a responsible opposition. We need a responsible NPP. Nia Omoye has deepened the cracks of NPP. Na minia also can say Omo year it will turn into a brass band or a pressure group.
Which I disagree.
No, you would not relate unya in a sense at this point, you know, there's no way a political party would have its issues addressed. Abra Omo in this kind of pain. Bear in mind, near Omo Kei, they are not the only people who have that wisdom of issues with regards to how Nana Akufo-Addo erani this economy. And you can't we every day say at the time na ye to fuel, at the time na fuel prices ekosoro, at the time na duane buo ekosoro, at the time na electricity bill ekosoro, at the time na ye covered no bimu the same MPP no mu ye den omuso egu ye su se ye nto aba emma omu no mu ye den omu breaki 8 anami boa
yeah
o na obimu ye den nana for more to do more. Yeah. So today as we speak, no, the man has made it categorically clear to all of us, Abra, His Excellency former President Jerry John Rawlings, when he was doing the useful age system at time, no, now amount for say the student you say, JJ, do something before you die. So that time, no, is the same era that we found ourselves under Nana Akufo-Addo. So Nana for more to do more, no oye more for more to do more, and or in the party kufi namusu. When you were chanting for more to do more, no, Abra na yen nyansa for to say honorable Bobiansa nyansa to say honorable next time no na yen nisika yebeto etimi fuel eba studio e kanyansa sam extra mo. Satam na ni sasika no na moam na mu wo part aban no na munka niamu kan. You were not able. Why? What has changed? Have you returned a membership card and sana Wontumi ka nemo yi ana you are still a member?
They are still members.
I don't understand.
They are still members.
So that's hypocrisy.
Now baby I win baby I'm wanga. Sir Baumia kwa campaigner district capitals na honkwan wojina.
Yes.
But Satan no musi Baumia energy change
Mahama. No musi Baumia has visited every constituency more than Mahama. And no, but Anna Mikachro Muse. Look, you don't need a good chopper doesn't need signboard. Anamibwa, a good chopper doesn't need. No,
Papa, I could say I had an advert there. My people go by.
And people go by. What is it? So sometimes you can visit.
That's why you see signboard before.
For where? Where go get the signboard?
Kota.
But who go where? When you are going to grant us.
Aboma bench.
So at the time, Baumia was busy marketing himself. Na amanfo omukuse kusenyina ashi omutrimu. Because they knew the pain I know go through, and that is what these people have just exhibited. The walls of NPP would deepen, but trust me, they will never turn into a brass band, and neither will they turn into a pressure group. But they will be in opposition for more than ever.
That's a brass band.
What brass band? Nobody will invite them to come and play.
No, but
so
you see, Ghana,
what I am saying
Ghana
is
political dynamics no really you.
Okay.
Look, it can turn.
Look, Mami Kasam, let me tell you something. Look, Honorable Bobby, Mami Kayo, before you be tuaba, what can I say analysis of dynamics of elections in this country? What can you be saba? Mrenuswa, we will bring you the dynamics because one, Mahama has come to do only 4 years. Obey 4 years. No.
Yeah.
It has never happened in the history. A northerner leading a political party called NPP to a crucial election like 2024. It has never happened that a northerner leading NPP after 92 democracy. Nothing. So two northerners from the same geographical area, no more that ballot box. No, we were confronted with one truth, which was that the economy was hard. Therefore, we were confronted to make a choice whether to continue being in the hardship or to go for a relief. Yeah. But they were all northerners. What kind? So the dynamics can always change, but the truth will always stand.
Truth stands.
The truth is that whether Mahama has let us given us a freedom, and then another party didn't give us what we needed, therefore we voted out. Mahama 4 years will tell what the dynamics will be after his 4 years tenure. But let me come back to a media relationship with NDC. If you look at the fight between NDC and NPP and what has happened, and people, media who have the freedom to report the truth of the matter, are the minority. Any timer.
They will invite
Obia. And a stinky.
There be into
Bobby, I fast. Yeah, can no mutie. Adie fast. Oh, my
honorable. And I'm Dr. Julius Debrasre. Thier.
Chief, Yachao.
I fast. You money fast.
The point I'm making is any time MPP omuruli this country, the media freedom, the justice for all, a hard dream in this country. Justice for all, Evaneshi under NPP. And I'll give you an example.
All right.
In the era of Gerald Rawlings, we saw an absolute freedom of speech. An abstract freedom of speech under Gerald Rawlings. And the reason was that people didn't believe him. Say, when you still speak your mind, you will go to sleep with peace. Under Otumfuo, we saw how people were maimed in 2008 elections. And we saw how journalists under NPP, under Nana Akufo-Addo regime, how MPP journalists are maimed. So that history is there. And look at Ahmed Swale, typical example. Look at your friend saying City FM guy, Caleb. Look at Caleb. I don't want to mention names because that is not what we want. The issue has to do with whether there is freedom of speech under NPP and there's freedom of speech under NDC. It is clear. Under John Mahama, we saw a lie about Ford saga. But the man lived and did all that to exercise all his freedom in this country. The same democracy are belonging in this country. The same person made a publication that led to unprecedented exile in the history, which is that under Gerald Rawlings, when these people, the media, weren't friends with him, it was under military regime. But Nana Akufo-Addo, what did we see? Those who criticized Mahama lived in peace, and those who criticized Nana Akufo-Addo lived in exile. It's a typical example. Terror. So people would understand these two difference and dynamics. Look, it's a fact. Bobby, what would you say? What good thing did Nana Akufo-Addo do?
Almost drip.
under the same leadership of Nana Akufo-Addo, omwa journalists were not able to say near ekosi eyadia enye under Nana Akufo-Addo. They were there singing praise to the extent say the communication front of the NPP had to change for good communication. Now those days under Nana Akufo-Addo, if you were not in the good books of Gabi, wunya any publication, or you would not be given the opportunity to go and speak.
Yeah.
If you are not in the good books of, and that is the good books is that Wontumi and Chontro, then you are not allowed to come to media and express whatever, or propagate the ideals of the party. So Emma Obia in whatever they were doing. Sure. What led to his appointment as a director of communication after your friend say former STC Akroma. All of these people, when Akroma was the director of communication, you could tell, said this man, even though not Otumfuo, but he was professional. The same way sometimes when he was not too forthcoming and being independent minded, unity. And your friends say Ahiagba leadership is the worst leadership.
Ahiagba only voters ID cards.
Ahiagba leadership as communication.
No be our director of communication or report to Miracle Sabwaje. What
you say? So if you look at the relationship and under this rating a year about media, where we were as Ghana, we were 20
media freedom,
yes, the expression and all that, and it has happened severally to the extent that the GJA president organized a program. Nana Akufo-Addo ekotina hono oka asam about media freedom. Now you could see his facial expression, and all of this na omoye is a manifestation of what position they got in 2024 election. That's the manifestation. The Media Foundation for West Africa, the BIA report Nana Eba about hate speech, about issues concerning democracy. You would have a regional chairman television, so not even to talk about Niamuye, but to be attacking opposition leader, attacking opposition to say opposition is in government. I couldn't relate. The same Bunu regional chairman invited us to see and there was nothing about communication concerning Niana Ekosu and the NPP, but Niano can intro the no mudi amount for time. So I'm not surprised that this particular report is talking about how divisive, deep cracks are in the party. So it is a confirmation to many people who have or who holds those same views like Osu can say they will rot in opposition, because that unity because I am of the view, I may not now. I am of the view, say, whatever come may, but we should continue with the reason.
What is the reason?
The reason is that Asante say a party in Yomudia, Nordness, Nese Omusu party no. Now the NPP is for Nordness, and I win.
Yeah,
NPP is for
Northern People's Party.
Northern People's Party. NPP ni Asante for Nsemu. No mu MPP na Nordness na omuruli and this MPP.
So if NLM,
yes,
NLM for the door.
People pay allow you to Muslim Association
formed NPP. So if today you feel say the only problem as I speak, and for me it is clear, say Nana Akufo-Addo doesn't want Bawumia, and there is the whole thing saying.
Oh yeah.
It is clear, and that is why I can support my own.
Thank you. Thank you.
I can support honorable Midasi.